What's going on? I always find it very interesting to take a look at the past and how we can predict the future of where the marketing industry is going to be. My name is Andrew from 5642 Marketing, based out of Denver, Colorado. Taking a look back at 2015, we saw a bunch of major trends, mainly in kind of the digital space or transformation towards the digital space. Social media marketing, mobile marketing, content marketing, SEO, search, SEM, email marketing was kind of on the rise. Influencer, we are at our very early stage of influencer marketing. Big data and analytics, a combination of how to make these or all these different avenues for marketing kind of talk to each other. Video marketing growth, emphasis on brand authenticity and transparency, programmatic, advertising and retargeting, and then a shift towards omni-channel marketing. So taking a look back at the trends of 2015, we were kind of entering more of the digital space. We were introduced to so many different platforms and kind of driving content as our main source for some of marketing and where marketing dollars were being spent. Take a look at what we're going to be looking at in 10 years from now, 2035. We're kind of on this digital marketing journey as things are becoming more digitized over the space. We're turning from reality to alternative reality, all the way through virtual reality. So I think that transformation is going to continue as we look over the next 10 years, 2035, of where marketing is going to be. The big things, as we were talking about, and we always talk about almost on every single video, is AI-driven personalization. So what does that look like? The ability to go maybe visit a website, interact with a product, and getting a custom tailored experience using AI as a background for driving this personalization. I saw a movie, I don't remember the name of it, but you walk by the ad, Andrew, have you shaved today? I actually did. I did. It was a little tight. I feel pretty good. Did you shave today? Do you need more razors? I mean, coming up with these things that would be super personalized ads as you're walking around. Now that does, on the other hand, where does this data come from? How does it know who I am? Why does it know who I am? And why does it know these things? So, the connectivity, I think the IoT is going to be big to help kind of drive, the AI personalization. Talked a little bit augmented virtual reality marketing. I think is going to continue. We obviously we had Oculus, we had Apple come out with the goggles. And I think these brands are kind of just barely getting into the space of virtual reality and maybe augmented reality. And what does that mean for marketing? I think it's going to be two ways. I think one, it's going to be a way to shut off and remove ourselves from this physical environment. But I think in another sense, I think it's going to be a great opportunity for brands to immerse themselves in that experience in a creative, thought-provoking way, as opposed to just like a billboard on the street. Or a billboard on something that you're doing, but what is the authentic creative way that we're going to be implementing these strategies into kind of the augmented reality? Sustainability, ethical marketing, I think is obviously going to continue to rise. We talked about this in maybe a couple other videos, but the transparency, being able to be truthful with what your brand sources, how they source, where they source. Health benefits, I think, is going to be another big thing that's going to be coming into the future. I think people have two approaches. One, where everything's going to be replaced with, like, for the lack of a better terms, like goo. We're just going to be consuming based on, calorie count and protein count. But I think there is going to be, a little bit more of the sustainability aspect. I don't know why I went off on that tangent. Ignore that, please. But I think there's going to be an effort towards, where did things come from? How did we get to where we are? What kind of went into the product before it got into the hands of the consumer? Voice gesture-based interactions. Kind of just chatted a little bit about that with the augmented reality thing. But, and I'm kind of surprised this hasn't taken off a little bit quicker, like an Apple Voice or Amazon Voice or Google Voice. I still traditionally do many of my purchases either in person or on Amazon, but it's all kind of text-based. It's going on a Google search or going on an Amazon search to find products. It's not voice search. So I don't know if maybe that's just kind of getting delayed a little bit. Maybe the tech just hasn't kind of caught up, or the trust in the tech hasn't really gotten caught up to that. You have blockchain for trust and transparency, kind of going back to what we just said about sustainability, the ability to track these things. And maybe it's not blockchain, but it's kind of a transparent way to view where these things are coming from, how they got to where you are, and if they came through in a sustainable way. United Airlines, for example, now says what the emission count is on your ticket prior to buying. You can search by the emissions count, find flights that are more fuel efficient, less legs, all that kind of stuff. So I think there's going to be a little bit more on the transparency and using technology to track that and to relate that, I think is going to be big as well. Real time, so kind of back into things, real time analytics, I think are going to be becoming a lot bigger. The ability to see what your ads and what your mainly ads are doing kind of in a real time space. I think that's going to come from mainly just the ability now with more digitized platforms, the ability to kind of bring it all into one place and track it all in kind of in real time manner. Influencer community-based marketing is something I talk about almost every single time, is going to only continue. Influencer marketing is going to be huge, maybe for the rest of time, but are these influencers going to be real? Are they going to be real people? Are they going to be AI created influencers? Only time will tell, but I think a lot of it is going to maybe shift in the meantime to that, with obviously still people living authentic lives, but I think there is going to be a little bit of shift towards kind of the AI influencer for a little bit, just until we kind of get over the hump. And I think last but not least, I think experiential or experience-based marketing is still going to be huge. No matter how much digital that you add into people's lives, they still want to meet people. They still want to enjoy themselves in groups of people. I think it's only in our nature. It's kind of the campfire method. We always wanted to gather and tell stories. We always wanted to gather and talk about our days, what we did with a community that believed in the same things that we did. And I think that's only going to get more tight-knit over time. I think digitally can drive us apart. I think it all can also bring us together in a lot of senses, and that's kind of my optimistic approach on kind of digital communities and translating that to real person or real in-person networking and living kind of consumer experiences together. So that's 2035. We'll see where that takes us. We can only guess, but I think it's going to be a world that's more digital, more interactive. I think it's going to be easier to, for better or for worse, track performance. And I think just kind of overall, I think it's going to provide a lot of transparency, sustainability, and kind of be driven by the consumer. And I think that's going to be one of the kind of couple of the biggest things over time that we're going to be experiencing in the next 10 years. So really appreciate everybody's time. If you found something valuable out of this, please write a comment below. Love to hear your opinion. Make sure to like, comment, share. This is Andrew, 5614 Marketing. Have a wonderful day. Let's get it. Nope, wrong button.